Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. Let's begin by stretching up high to the sky. And then let's go down low and touch our toes. Now, go back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. And back down to touch our toes once more. Hands on hips. Let's have a wiggle side to side. Stop. Wiggle side to side again. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And now, go round and round. Let's give our spines a nice stretch. And stop. And now, we can go back the other way. Round and round the other way. And stop. And to finish, we'll do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So who can tell me what type of mathematical problems we began learning about in math class last time? Anybody remember? Division. Excellent, Lakgao, it was. So let's write the division sign first. And as we know, a division sign looks like this. And we spell division D-I-V-I-S-I-O-N. So all together, guys, division. Yes. And in the last lesson, we learned how to do division problems by multiples of 10. And remember, there's a particular relationship we can examine between the zeros. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some division problems by multiples of 10 and have my students come forward and answer the problems. So first of all, we need a division problem. And this division problem, guys, 70 divided by 10 equals. So let's see who can close their eyes and then come forward and answer this problem. Okay, so now the pen is with Pat. Pat can come forward and answer our first division problem. So guys, how many zeros do we see on this side? 1 0. How many zeros here? So what we can do, if the zeros are equal on both sides, we can just ignore them. We could say 7 divided by 1 equals 7. So we can write our answer here as 7. Yes, 7. Okay. When the relationship between the zeros is the same with the larger and the smaller number, it's the same as just doing the calculation with the first digits. But then, how about when we start to add more digits? Now notice now, the number that we need to divide has how many digits? 3 digits. How many zeros? 2. Okay, so who can tell me what we need to do with the extra 0 to get our answer here? 7? 70, exactly. What we do is we have our original answer, 7, but then what we can do is we notice that one more 0 comes into the number we want to divide. So then we can move this 0 to the end. 70. So you see, when dividing by multiples of 10, we can look at the relationship between the zeros to give us our answer. Let's do one more. This time, we'll stay with 700, but now we add the 0 here. Now notice, guys, pay attention. How many zeros? How many zeros? So we're back to the same amount of zeros again, which means we can just do the calculation based upon the first digits. Now we're back. 7 divided by 1 equals 7. So you see, when dividing by multiples of 10, by examining the zeros in the calculation, we can work them out quickly. 70 divided by 10 equals 7. 700 divided by 10 equals 70. 700 divided by 100 equals 7. You see, we go from 7 to 70 and back to 7 based on the number of zeros in the calculation. Pat, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Pat, please, guys. Now we'll do one more example of division by multiples of 10 before we move on. But first of all, I'll clean the board. And now we need our next division problem. So this time we'll begin with a 3-digit number. 500 divided by 50 equals. Okay, guys, let's close our eyes. Who's going to answer these next problems for us? And the pen is now with Pak Bung. So Pak Bung, can you come and join me at the front of class? Okay, so our first problem, 500 divided by 50. Now, who has any ideas? What we, not 5, 10, yes. So our answer here, the first answer is 10. Okay? Or what we could do, How many zeros do we have in the 500s? How many zeros in the 50? But how about if we remove a 0 from either side? 50 divided by 5. Will our answer change or will our answer stay the same? Stays the same. So 50 divided by 5 also equals 10. Notice how the answer stays the same because the relationship between the zeros also stays the same. Here we have one more 0 than here. And it's the same relationship in the next answer. So when we examine the relationship between the zeros when dividing by multiples of 10, we can work out the answer without having to do the calculation. And let's do one more example. So how about now if we go larger? Okay, now 5,000 divided by 50. Okay, now before we have to work out the answer, all we need to do is count the zeros. How many zeros in 500? 2. How many zeros in 5,000? So that means all we need to do is take the 10 and add another 0 at the end. Equals 100. Yes. You see, when dividing by multiples of 10, just look at the relationship between the zeros and we can work out our answers quickly. 500 divided by 50 equals 50 divided by 5 equals, but 5,000 divided by 50 equals 100. The extra 0 comes in because 5,000 has one more 0 than 500. Pak Bung, that was excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Pak Bung, please, guys. And what we're going to do in today's lesson is we're going to move on to look at how we can do division sums using a system known as, ready guys? Long division. Yes, long division, we'll spell on the board L-O-N-G, long. And then division, D-I-V-I-S-I-O-N, long division. Okay, now when doing long division, there are 4 initials that we need to remember. The first one, D. Okay? D. Second one, M. Third, S. And the fourth and final one, B. Now let's see who can guess. Thinking about mathematics, what does the D stand for? Division or divide. Okay, so let's write divide. D-I-V-I-D-E. Divide. The first thing we do with long division is we divide. Then, thinking back to previous lessons, M for multiply. M-U-L-T-I-P-L-Y. Divide, multiply, S, subtract. S-U-B-T-R-A-C-T. Subtract. And then finally, bring down. R-I-N-G. D-O-W-N. These are the 4 steps to doing long division calculations correctly. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. DMSB. And a good way for us to try to remember the steps that we need to do is to think about our families, because each of our family members also share this initial too. For example, D, Dad. Okay? Now who can guess M? Mum. M-O-M. S, sister. S-I-S-T-E-R. And then B, brother. Okay, excellent guys, well done. So when we're doing long division, if you can't remember the initials, if you think, oh, how do we do? What are the numbers or what are the initials? Think about family and think dad, mom, sister, brother. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate some very simple equations involving division and using long division. So, the first one we're going to do, divided by 8 equals. Now, I'm sure all of us can probably just do this calculation in our heads. It's not difficult, but it's a good one to start with to demonstrate how long division works. So the first thing we do is we do our division table. And we have 2 and 8. So guys, who can tell me 8 divided by 2? 4. Okay, so that's step 1, divide. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now, we have to look at these two numbers here. And what's the next step after divide? Multiply. So 2 times 4 equals 8. So now we write our 8 here. So that's multiply. Step 2 done. Next, we need to subtract. And we subtract the two numbers in our table that we've answered. 8 minus 8 equals 0. Okay, now 0 is a good sign. 0 means your answer is correct and you have nothing called remainders, which we'll look at in the next lesson. If you have a 0 at the end of your table of your calculation, it means things are going well. And then, what's our next? Bring down. But you can see here, we only have one digit. There's nothing to bring down. So now we're at 0, so we know our calculation is correct. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. And that's how to do a simple division equation using long division. And what I'll do now, I'll do a slightly more difficult one involving 2 digits. So this time we will have 93 divided by 3 equals. Okay? So first thing to do, organize. Let's do our table. What numbers go inside our table, guys? 9 and 3. What number goes outside our table? 3. This is the number we want to divide, and this is the larger number that we're using the division for. Now notice with division, with multiplication, subtraction, and addition problems, we start from the ones and work to the left. With long division, we start from the left and work to the right. And we just have to follow the same steps every time. So step number 1, divide. Okay, so 9 divided by 3 equals 3. Step 1 is done. What's next? Multiply. 3 times 3 equals 9. And next is subtract. Excellent. So now it's a good sign. We have our 0. That means things are going well. We've answered this column and we've no remainders. Now we're ready for step 4, and this time we can. What do? Bring down this number? Yes. To here. Excellent. So what happens next? 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Okay? Next we multiply. 3 multiplied by 1 equals 3. And next, subtract. 3 minus 3 equals 0. Excellent. We've got 2 zeros. That means we're correct and no remainders. And what's our final step? Bring down. But there's nothing to bring down, so we're at the end. And we know now we have the correct answer. 93 divided by 3 equals 31. And if ever you want to be double sure, if you ever want to check your answer, remember I said division is the opposite of multiplication. So what we could do is we could write 31 3 times, add them together, 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. So we know our answers match because we have 93 here. And guys, that is how we do division sums using long division. Brilliant, guys. Very well done. And now it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs, guys. And for this sequence, we'll begin with some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. And next we'll do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next we'll do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Now have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. Have a nice shake. Next, we'll take our right hand and we'll find our left foot. Left foot, right hand. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And to finish, guys, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Have a seat. Now, teachers, it's time for our flashcard part of the lesson. So what you'll need to do in preparation is print off the flash sheets and then cut each of the division problems into individual strips, fold them and place them into a bowl or a tray. And what we're going to do is have our students come forward and work out 2 digits by 1 digit division problems using our long division method. So, first of all, I would like to invite student Prel. Please come and join me at the front of class. And Prel will pick the first division sum. Okay, and show it to your friends. So what do we have, guys? 96 divided by 8. Okay, so let me write the problem first. 96 divided by 8 equals. Now, Prel, what colour would you like? Blue or black? Blue. And Prel will now demonstrate how to answer this using the long division method. So first of all, we write our table. 9 and 6 on the inside, 8 on the outside. Okay, guys, so 9 divided by 8 equals 1. Now, 8 multiplied by 1 equals 8. Next, what do? Subtract. 9 minus 8 equals 1. Okay, now notice we're not at 0 yet. That's not a big problem. All that means is we still have more work to do. And next, we use step 4. So what number do we bring down? 6. So 6 becomes 16. 16 divided by 8 equals 2. And now we go back to multiply. 2 times 8 equals 16. Then subtract 16 from 16 equals 0. So now we're at zeros, which is a very good sign. Our next step, bring down. But we've no more numbers to bring down. This means when we reach 0 and no more numbers, we have our answer. Our answer is 12. So we can say 96 divided by 8 equals 12. And this is 2 digits by 1 digit division using the long division method. And Prel, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Prel, please, guys. So teachers, you can see the activity that we're doing in our classroom. You can pause the video and play on with your own students for around the next 12 minutes or so. And remember, use a different student and a different division problem every time and have the entire class practice answering together. So I'll clean the board and then we'll have our next student. Okay, so now our next student, I would like to invite Lakau. Please come and join me at the front of class. Lakau will choose her division sum. Show it to your friends. 72 divided by 9 equals, let's find out. Lakau, what color would you like? Blue or black? Blue for Lakau? Okay, so first thing to do, organize and do our table. So inside the table, 72. Outside, 9. Okay, guys, now remember our 4 steps. Step number 1, divide. 7 divided by 9. Can't do. So what do we write when we can't do? 0. Excellent. If we can't do a division, we have to write 0. So now, follow the steps. 9 multiplied by 0 equals 0. Okay? So now we have to subtract. 7 minus 0 equals 7. What's our next step? Bring down. Okay, so now we bring the 2 down. Now what number do we have at the bottom? Okay, so now back to the original step. 72 divided by 9 equals 8. Okay, so now we can write our answer. Now, 9 times 8 equals 72. Step 3, subtract. 72 minus 72 equals 0. And then, Lakau, our next step, bring down. But we're at zeros. We've got no more numbers to bring down. That means we're complete. We have our answer, 8. So we can say 72 divided by 9 equals 8. Let go, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for let go, please, guys. And now I will bring my next student forward, down. Down, it's your turn to choose your division problem. Okay, so choose a problem and show it to your friends. What's our division problem, guys? 49 divided by 7. So 49 divided by 7 equals, down, over to you. Would you like blue or black? Okay, so let's organize, guys. First thing to do, our division problem. So inside, 49, and outside, 7. Okay, so step number 1, divide. 4 divided by 7. Can't do, so what do we write? 0. And now, 0 multiplied by 7. 0. Whenever we multiply by 0, the answer is always 0. Our next step, subtract. 4 minus 0 equals 4. So now, bring down. And we have a number to bring down, 49. So now we repeat the process again. 49 divided by 7 equals 7. Okay. Now, step 2, multiply. 7 multiplied by 7 equals 49. And step 3, subtract. 49 minus 49 equals 0. And then down, our next step is to bring down. But there's no more numbers to bring down, so once again, we're finished. Our answer, 7. So we can say 49 divided by 7 equals 7. Division of 2 digits by 1 digit using the long division method. Down, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for down, please, guys. Okay, so I'll clean the board and then next student. And now I would like to invite Nadia. Nadia, come and join me at the front, please. Time for Nadia to pick her division problem and show it to your friends. This time we have 78 divided by equals. Okay, so Nadia, what color would you like? Everybody chooses blue. Nobody chooses black. So Nadia, first thing to do, organize. We need our division table. So we have our table here, and 78 inside, 3 outside. So step 1, what's step 1, guys? Divide, correct. So 3 divided by 7 equals 2. 3 can go into 7 2 times. And then our next step, 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6. Step 3, 7 minus 6 equals 1. And then we're ready to bring down. What number do we bring down? Nadia's done it. We bring down 8. So now, 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Okay, so let's write 6. And then we multiply again. 3 multiplied by 6 equals 18. So Nadia, you can write it in. Excellent. And then subtract 18 equals 0. Now we're ready to bring down again, but there's no more numbers. And we're at zeros, so we have our answer, 26. So we can say 78 divided by 3 equals 26. And remember how I said we can check by writing 26 how many times? 3 times. 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. 2 plus 2 plus 2? 6 plus the other one? 7. And we can check our answers. 78, so we know we're double correct. Nadia, that was brilliant. High five. Big round of applause for Nadia, please, guys. And a big round of applause for everybody doing a great job. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure every student in your class gets a worksheet. And as you can see, there are a series of 2 digits by 1 digit division problems. Our students need to work them out using the long division method that we have learned today and writing them in the spaces provided. But what's the first thing to do, guys? Okay, so there's 8 problems. Give our students around 12 minutes for this and just help them monitor the class with anything they need. So like out for you. Bang one for you.
Thank you, Teacher.
You're welcome. Blow for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Down, here's yours. You're welcome. Net for you.
Thank you, Teacher.
You're welcome. Nadia, here's yours. You're welcome. And Pat, this one's for you. You're welcome. Pak Bung, you're welcome. And Chu, for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So names on top first, guys. And then work your way through your division problems. If you're not sure, anything you need help with, let me know. I can do an example on the board. Remember the 4 steps for long division. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Dad, mom, sister, brother. Okay. Excellent, guys. Good to see you're working out with the long division method. Even if some of them, at this stage, we can do in our head, it's a good way to do long division to get used to the process. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Because in future lessons, we'll be looking at larger numbers when you'll certainly have to use long division. And we'll have things called remainders too. Well done, Pak Bung. Excellent. Okay, if you need the help with any, let me know. I can do them on the board. If you can do them yourself, even better. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet exercise where they had to work their way through the division problems involving 2 digits by 1 digit. And it's great to see our students using the long division method too to work out their problems. So that was excellent, guys. Everybody did a great job. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and found it interesting. And now understand the 4 steps for long division. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So bye for now. Can we turn and wave, guys? Bye-bye. See you again soon.